Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, my Remotey class. Today I am going to take another class on chapter number 8, that is how do organisms reproduce, and this time on male reproductive system. So let's start. The organs which help in reproduction are known as reproductive organs, and they constitute a system which is known as reproductive system. In case of us, this system can be divided into two categories: male reproductive system and female reproductive system. The reproductive organs again can be divided into two categories: primary sex organs as well as the secondary sex organs. Now, the primary sex organs are those which are directly associated with gamete production, whereas the secondary sex organs are those which are not directly associated with gamete productions. Actually, they assist in reproduction. The primary sex organs in case of male is a pair of testes, whereas in case of female it is a pair of ovaries. Now here you can see that these are the secondary sex organs. In case of male, a pair of epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicles, prostate gland, Cowper's gland, and penis. Now, what is puberty? This is actually a period when a boy or a girl becomes sexually mature. It is a process that usually happens between 10 years to 14 years in case of girls, and for 12 to 16 years in case of boys. Now, what actually happens? Due to the influences of hormones, lots of physical and mental changes, and they show actually the secondary sexual characters. Now, the secondary sexual characters are distinct in case of males as well as in case of females. For example, in case of males, there are lots of differences of secondary sexual characters between a male and a female. In case of male, the voice changes very much distinct, actually breaks, the voice breaks. And in case of females, the breasts grow and nipples enlarge. In case of males, the hair start to grow on chest, face, underarms, and as well as in pubic area, whereas in case of females, the hair start developing under the arms as well as in pubic areas, and the body becomes much more muscular in case of males, whereas in case of females the hip become wider, penis becomes larger in case of males. In case of females, the uterus and vagina become larger, the testes start producing sperms, whereas in case of female, the ovaries start producing ova or the eggs, and the periodic cycle or the menstruation also begins. Now let's go through the structure of testes. In case of males, a pair of testes are located in the scrotal sacs outside our body, and they are connected with the scrotum through a cord known as the gubernaculum. It is about 10 to 12 grams in average, and the testis is oval in shape. Now, why the testis is located outside our body? Because the outside temperature is 3 degrees less than the core temperature of our body, and in that lesser temperature, the sperms can be produced and can be nourished and remain active there. So this is the reason why the sperms are produced in the testis outside our body. Now let's go through this longitudinal structure of testis. Here you can see that this testis is oval in shape, and it is actually covered by 3 layers. The outermost layer is known as the tunica vasculosa, the middle one is known as the tunica vaginalis, and the innermost one is known as the tunica albuginea. Here you can see the tunica albuginea has created 200 to 300 lobules inside the testis, and inside each lobule we are getting seminiferous tubules. They are 1 to 3 in numbers, and these seminiferous tubules have togetherly form a mesh of structure known as the retitestis, and these retitestis again have given rise to vasa efferentia, and another name of vasa efferentia is ductus efferentis. And here you can see these vasa efferentia have ended into epididymis. Now this epididymis again has 3 parts: the head part or the caput epididymis, the body part which is also known as the corpus epididymis, and the lower part, that is the tail part, which is known as chorda epididymis. So the epididymis can be divided into 3 parts. Now these epididymis have given rise to a straight tube which is known as the vas deferens. So this is structure of our testis. Now let's see what are the functions of testis. Testis produce sperm. Actually the sperms are produced in the seminiferous tubule, and that process is known as spermatogenesis. Testosterone, the male sex hormone, is produced from the interstitial cells of Leydig. Inhibin is another hormone which is produced from the cells of Sertoli. Now vas deferens, you can see in this picture, this tube is known as the vas deferens, which actually is a secondary storage for sperms. And here you can see the behind this urinary bladder, you can find there is a pair of seminal vesicles. They are small balloon-like structures. Here you can see this side and this side. Now what does this seminal vesicle do? Actually they secrete the fluid that partly composes the semen, and here you can see the ejaculatory duct which actually ejects semen, and here you can see that both the seminal vesicle as well as the vas deferens have ended into this common duct. Here you can see there is another very important gland. This is known as the prostate gland, which is present in between the urinary bladder and the penis in case of males. It nourishes and protects the sperms. Here you can see there is a pair of bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. They are present under the prostate gland. Here is the prostate gland, and they are present here and here, and they produce thick mucus just prior to ejaculation. And finally the penis, it is a tubular spongy structure which is very much rich in blood vessels, and they are made up of 2 tissues known as corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum, and the tip of the penis is known as the glans penis, which is covered with a thin skin which is known as the prepuce, and it becomes very much hard and erect during sexual arousal or during sexual act. It is actually a common duct for passing urine as well as semen. So it is also a part of our urinogenital system. Here you can see this is the urethra, which is a common passage for carrying both urine as well as semen. So we consider it a part of the urinogenital system. Now what is a semen? Now semen is a greyish white bodily fluid that is secreted by the gonads, and it carries the sperms or the spermatozoa and fructose and other enzymes that help the sperms to survive and facilitate the successful ejaculation. In a normal sperm count generally ranges from 15 million sperm to more than 200 million sperms per milliliter of semen, and anything less than 15 million sperm per milliliter or 39 million sperm per ejaculate is considered low, and this low sperm count is known as oligospermia. Now what are the functions of the secondary sex organs? Actually they are not directly associated with the gamete formation, and they actually help in the storage of gametes, maturation of gametes, transportation of gametes, and in nutshell they help or assist in reproduction. I hope you have understood the topic, and if you have any problem or query, then do ask in the comment section box. I shall definitely reply, and if you like my video, then do share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.